So I've had two dreams about tsunamis hitting the east coast of Australia in the past year. In both cases, it looked like central, I think what they call it, the Central Coast part of New South Wales, so north of Sydney. It looked like the stretch of the coast of New South Wales between Sydney and Byron Bay, that kind of area. So the first dream was really simple. I was standing on a long sandy stretch of beach, and I walked down some sand dunes and had this weird kind of eerie feeling like something really bad had just happened. I looked around. It's very simple. There's not a lot to this one, and I could see that a huge wave had just come through the area, and there was chaos and people were kind of running around, but the main thing I got shown was just piles of bodies on the beach like driftwood, all just washed up like inanimate objects, which they were at this point because people's souls had left, had passed on. These people had died. It's just their bodies that were left. The second dream that I had was in a kind of alternate reality version of Australia. It was strange. So some of the dreams that I have about these events, the scenery looks quite different. Usually it just looks a little different. It's never exactly the same, but it's obvious when it's of this type. There's a few things that make it obvious that it's a prophetic type dream. One of those is that it's part of a series of recurring dreams. It's the most reliable signal. If it's a once-off, I tend not to post them because I'm not sure if it's reliable, and I've actually had real problems in the past where I took action based off a once-off dream that I had, and there was intel that I was given about things in my personal life and based off a once-off dream, and then I had massive problems because it actually proved to be inaccurate. So I've been over that in the past. Like trickster spirits can feed you false intel to sort of create problems for you. So you screen that out by making sure that the dreams are recurring, and this is the case here. So despite scenery looking a little different, I'm confident it's this kind because it's part of a series of more than 200 dreams I've had about this event, affecting now not just New Zealand but also Australia. So in this dream, I was at the base of a hill close to the beach, and it looked a little bit like a small town called Whareroa, which is, I'm making an effort for the Māori pronunciation at least. Might not get it right, but at least I'm making an effort. It's located on the southwest side of Lake Taupo in the central part of the North Island. Lake Taupo is a volcanic caldera of an enormous volcano that was situated in that part of the island in the past, which blew apart hundreds of thousands of years ago, so that there's just a great giant hole there where the volcano used to be, and it's now filled in with fresh water. So there are these small villages of holiday homes, what New Zealanders call batches, on the shores of this large lake. Lake Taupo is the largest lake in New Zealand. It's about the size of the island of Singapore. And this little town is a town that my family used to go to in the late 90s and the early 2000s, from about 98 to 2002. So that's partly why I guess I dreamt it, that this place featured there. But it was clear in the dream I was actually in Australia, but it looked a little bit like this place, so that it's built on the side of a hill and it slopes down to the shores of the lake, and there's a flat area by the shores of the lake. And in the dream, it looked like about 60 to 70% Australia, but then it kind of had a little bit, the landscape was a bit of a hybrid, and it also looked a bit like this small town called Whareroa. And in this dream, I was with 4 or 5 other people. Most of them were Australians. I remember that. I think at least 3 of them were Australians. I don't remember all the details beyond that. And we had just received a warning that there was an earthquake. There'd been an earthquake and that there were tsunamis incoming. And we were sort of panicking because we knew they were coming. But the important thing is that we got the warning, and I could see other people around me, and they were starting to grab whatever they could and run up the hill. I had this enormous sense of urgency and fear, and there was adrenaline running through my body. I could feel it in the dream, and I was looking off in fear and understandable and justified worry to the horizon out at the sea, but I couldn't see the tsunamis just yet. So the dream kind of finished up with me running up the hill through some long grass, and I escaped, which is the main thing. So yeah, 2 dreams. There you go. Let's summarize there. 2 simple dreams, short dreams I've had about the tsunamis striking the coast of Australia and the central coast New South Wales region. In one of the dreams, I was there in the aftermath and people had died and drowned in the tsunami, and I saw bodies on the beaches. And in the other, we were warned in advance and we escaped. Interesting to note is the fact that if you look on YouTube and search for this, many other people have had these kinds of dreams about tsunamis striking the east coast of Australia. Maybe there'll be more than one event. Maybe other things will happen in the coming years that will cause tsunamis. I'm not sure. Maybe they're seeing the tsunamis from the same event. But many other people are having these dreams. This lends further credence to my warnings. Furthermore, and also interesting, is the fact that I had a friend, Emma, who I met when I was living in Australia from December 2016 to December 2018. I was living in the Northern Rivers region of northern New South Wales, and I think Emma's from that area. I haven't been in touch with her for a while now. It might have just been a temporary travel friendship. But we talked on Facebook Messenger in early 2019, and she was telling me how she'd been having dreams about tsunamis striking the east coast of Australia. So it's always very significant when many different people who don't know each other are having dreams about the same thing, and which is what's been happening. So you can look those dreams up on YouTube. Just mess around with the search terms and you'll find them, like Prophetic Dreams, Tsunamis, Australia, like Tsunami Warning Dream, Australia. I'm not sure, but it won't be that difficult. There's quite a lot. And then that's interesting, but then what is more interesting is that I had a friend who I talked to randomly, and then she dreamt about the same things, which suggests quite a lot of people are having these dreams. So yeah, I believe it's going to happen. And the scope of my dreams about this earthquake, which will affect New Zealand, is now expanded, and yeah, it looks like it's going to affect Australia too. Who knows? Only time will tell. But I am naturally very cautious. I've had to learn to be careful not to be too cautious, because you really can be too cautious, and to still be confident and to put these warnings out. Otherwise, I'll never put them out. And yeah, if you're too cautious, you're not going to live. So I could be wrong, but I don't believe so. And in any case, time will tell. But it's important for me to put these warnings out there, and to do so as early as possible. So I've managed to get my smartphone working in such a way that I can upload videos from it and upload thumbnails. I was having some issues with that before, and it's kind of been a choke point. It's stopping me from doing this. Yeah, I would have liked to do it a little bit earlier, but yeah, just doing it when I can. So I'll be uploading some more videos today, so we'll be getting up to speed with all the dreams I've had in the last year or two, the most important ones. But as I said, summarized in the other dreams, quick recap. Yeah, it's going to happen in summer, Southern Hemisphere summer. That's between December and February. Could go into early March because of climate change. Summers start earlier and finish later now. And you'll have that warning shot before it happens. So just watch the news and see how things unfold, because you should have warning, and you should know from these videos what time of year to expect it. And I've also given other people other details about it in some of these other videos, such as the time of day. So it's good to recap. And yeah, but I've done enough recaps and summarizing. So from now on, I'll give accounts of the dreams and just fill in the gaps, because there are still some that I have yet to upload. But I've been having really nasty dreams about more stuff to do with the war that's coming. If you're watching this, please try to be ready. And being ready is not just being aware of what's coming, but there's going to be financial problems in the Western countries before that. You do not want to be stuck there with no money, wanting to leave and unable to. So get ready in the financial sense too, because it's no good having the warnings and being warned in advance and wanting to leave before it happens, but not having the means to. And this is a real danger. So look into cryptocurrencies and gold and silver, guys, because you don't want to be caught on that sinking ship when it's going down, flown life rafts, when you want to get off it.